This is your Mortgage Rate Watch for Friday, June 24th, and I'm Keith Akata with the Mortgage Reel. It's been a very interesting week this week, kicking it off with Ben Bernanke and the Federal Reserve meeting and seeing how they view what's going on with the economy. Ben Bernanke obviously came under heavy fire with his verbiage of transitory and inflation heating up, and then now the question of the economy really in a growth mode or potentially going back into deflation. And those are big fears and concerns that are troubled around the world, not only in the United States, but in the global marketplaces. Now the big question becomes what's happening with Greece? Are they going to be able to pull through? And then again, going back to the inflation, deflation worries, which way is the economy really going? Is it growing slowly? Has it stalled? Or now is it going back down into what they call the double dip? These are all still many economists throwing these things all around the board. But taking a look at the bond page, look at what it's done here just in the last 5 days. We had a lot of troubles and a lot of worries coming out with the Federal Reserve meeting on what they could say, but overall it came out the way that at least Wall Street and many economists thought that it would. There's really nothing more that they could say. At the same time, there was big questions on what he could do in regards to inflation as the Federal Reserve. They really didn't answer that too much. They just said that inflation was still transitory and that we would see interest rates for a long period of time. Now here, looking at the bond page, you will see that we did end the week on the higher side, meaning that bonds have been able to pick up investors and move interest rates down. But the overall thing that we're still looking at is the ceiling that's always been here. We haven't been able to break through this barrier, and that keeps interest rates from moving much lower than these current levels. Now, when we talk about current levels, these are the best levels that we have seen for 2011 thus far, when you're going back to a little over 2.5 weeks ago. So great time to take advantage of the marketplace as far as securing a low interest rate. Make sure to leave any comments, feedback, or questions below. We'll make sure from Team Mortgage Reel to get back and answer those as quickly as possible. We have a special request we'd like to make before you leave, and hopefully you've enjoyed today's clip. Make sure to check on the home page, click on the banner at How to Beat the Banks, and that'll take you directly to our Facebook fan page. We definitely put out more and more information and to create transparency in the financing process of home ownership. We're big advocates of home ownership, obviously, but we want to make sure it's as easy as possible to understand what's impacting and the education necessary for home ownership today. And when you're visiting us on Facebook, make sure to like us when you're there. Thanks for tuning in to your Mortgage Rate Watch. We'll be back with more news impacting your largest investment, your home.